What's going on, everybody? I just kind of wanted to start doing a little bit of documentation. So I just bought my first truck. This is a 2006 Kenworth W900L. It's got a 550 cat in it. I don't own any trailers yet. I'm just currently an independent contractor. What my plan is I wanted to do a bunch of upgrades to this truck. I wanted to do a bunch of different things to it. So I just kind of wanted to take this truck, which I just bought, and make it kind of new. And I wanted to take you guys along for the journey. But having said that, let's get into the video. Alright, so we just hopped in the truck here. This is the interior. Obviously I got my stuff here. This is a lived-in truck. You know, I'm going over the road with it. Got Sirius XM radio up there. We got our paperwork on our right, stuff like that. But basically what we're going to do here is we're going to do ourselves a quick load. We're going up to Javier, Montana. So my home base is in Roundup, Montana. So a little bit about the truck. Like I said before, it's a 2006. However, it's got a newer dash in it. The previous owner at some point said that the dash went out on the old one, and they just went and upgraded it to a newer style dash. But ever since then, the odometer hasn't worked, stuff like that. So it's just kind of a matter of it is what it is type of thing. It has got a BXS cat in it, the Acer. So it's not my favorite engine in the world. At some point I want to go to a 6NZ or, you know, maybe a Cummins of some kind, maybe even a Detroit. Depends on what's in my price range. But I figure right now the BXS isn't giving us too many issues at the moment, so we're gonna kind of just stick with that. Kind of babying this thing, not really pushing her too hard in the hopes of she doesn't go out on us. But I just gotta talk to this guy over here, get our load, and I'll be right back. Alright. So our trailer's just kind of back up in the corner there, I believe. Yep, I see our trailer. It's that bottom dump over there. Belly dump, I should say. So yeah, the one thing I gotta say with the stacks it's got on it right now, it's just the stock stacks that it came from with the factory, or from the factory I should say. It's got quite a bark to it, especially around 1500 RPM, and the jakes are really loud too. It's got a really loud jake brake. Slower air suspension in the back there. Okay, line her up. Tongue on these things are always different. Alright. Alright, we're locked on. Okay. Legs up. Put the hoses up. And while we're at it, we're just going to check our lights. Make sure that they're working. Just got Steelies on the back. Big spenders. That works. That works. That light works. Alright. Make sure the truck lights are working here. Yeah. I know she's not custom yet, but she's one sharp looking ride so far. Alright. So we're good to roll out. So yeah, a little bit about me. My name is Ken. I'm about 26 years old, something like that. Or something like that. I am 26 years old. I've been trucking since I was 20, so about 6 years now. I've been putting money away to buy my first truck. My dad's been a trucker for years. He just retired a couple years ago, though. But he was doing it for 40 plus years when he retired. Here's the Jakes for you. Truck coming. I gotta wait for him. Steelies again. Man, everybody's a big spender over here. Another interesting thing about this truck is it's got a 13 speed in it, but it's like an old school 13 speed with 4th and 8th in the front. So it's a reverse shift pattern. So it's like an overdrive transmission. That was something that they had back in the day, and I'm surprised it's in a relatively new truck here. All things considered, this is an early 2000s truck, so. So it's got a little issue with the splitter. It has a tendency to kind of not want to go in, and then you have to fiddle around with it a little bit. I'll have to get that fixed some point soon. So I've just bought this truck back, I want to say about a month ago. Still trying to get all the kinks worked out of it. Before, I was driving a 2007 Freightliner Classic for a company. Very similar in color to this truck. This truck is kind of like a tannish color, and the 2007 Classic I drove was a tan color as well. So it kind of gives us a nice little, kind of keeps it the same. The company I was driving before, so the previous owner of this truck drove for the company that I drove for, and he was able to give me a good deal on it. So that was a nice thing of him. Nice little gesture that he did for me. Also, we're about to let the Jakes rip a little bit here. Roll the windows down so you guys can hear. 1.7. She doesn't normally like to be revved that high. At least not yet, at least. She's kind of broke in between 1200 and 1800. I've only really been revving her at about 16, 17. But one little trick I have when I'm trucking is when I see a sign there that says like 60 miles an hour, try and go into that curve at 60 miles an hour, because I find if I don't, you know, I can get a little squirrely going around those bends. Company I used to drive for, they did a lot of grain hauling and stuff like that. Primarily did a lot of grain, some feed, small amount of flatbed, primarily to farmers and stuff like that. So it's very agriculturally based. Right now I'm just kind of doing the independent contractor type of thing, where I just have a truck and I just do a lot of dropping hooks. I think I want to go into flatbed though, just simply due to the fact that, you know, there'll always be work for that. Like, you know, you can put almost anything on a flatbed haulage, so it's a better situation for me. So currently I want to stay within like the tri-state area, so like Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. But eventually I'd like to branch out, maybe go down to Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, and up to Washington and Oregon, stuff like that. I'm just kind of following the money at this point. Alrighty guys, well I'll pick up once we get a little bit closer to our destination. See you guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, we are in Malta, Montana right now. Just making a left. I figured I'd be going through the gears again, so I'd let you guys have a listen. I'll open up the passenger side window as well. Classic I used to drive. Freightliner Classic, it had an 18 speed, it had a standard shift pattern, stuff like that, like your X. So it was definitely very interesting going from the X pattern to the H pattern. I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to do with this thing is get a new bumper for one. Possibly new headlights, stuff like that. Because headlights, you know, a couple $100 a piece. You know, you're not spending like tens of thousands of dollars on like headlights, you know, so it's a quick little thing. Nice little upgrade I could be doing. I don't think I'll do pipes just yet. I don't think I'm gonna do pipes just yet, just because I like the way this thing sounds with the pipes that it's got on it. So I don't really see a need to change any of that just yet. If I ever end up having to get a new engine for this thing, which keep in mind, I think this thing's up like 350,000 miles, something like that, which, you know, realistically speaking, depending upon how hard I am on it, I don't know if it's going to get much more than 400,000. She's already got a bad oil leak. From what I understand, it's had the IVAs replaced at least 2 times. She's been in the shop a few times, from what I understand. Have a DPF delete, so that kind of helps with like the exhaust temperature, just because the exhaust temperature would get super high with the EGRs, or sorry, not the EGR, the DPF. So we'll just hang a right in here. We got a 579 flying up on our left. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna take up both lanes here so I don't go up on the curb. Oh boy. Alrighty guys, well I think that's gonna do it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.